Tonight, you're right on time for the incisive and bold bulletin Maisha Prime News here on the award-winning station Maisha TV. It is always our pleasure to have you on board as we seek to inform and also educate you on stories making headlines in Kenya and beyond. Here are our top stories. Tonight,
if those 22.2 million are voting, you just take 42%. And it gives you 9.3 odd. Then you take 38, it gives you 8.4 million for Ruto.
Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Coalition presidential flag bearer Raila Odinga leads in popularity at 42% against Kenya Kwanza's William Ruto at 38%. Also tonight,
our textile industry was killed through liberalization. When then they brought Mitumba, it killed all our textile industries. Our people are only wearing clothes coming from outside the country. They've been worn by people who are dead.
Deputy President William Ruto and ODM leader Raila Amolo Odinga clash over Mitumba remarks. And
so we were requesting the miscellaneous file to be closed. However, it remain in custody based on the remand order.
Dennis Karani, the suspect in Mirema daylight shooting of Pishori syndicate boss, has been freed. Welcome, my name is Rida Chebet Kering. Kenya Kwanza leaders on Wednesday toured the county of Wajir, where they say the Kenya Kwanza administration will deliberately place Wajir and other marginalized areas at the center of their decision-making table to drive the policies of the coalition. Ruto said his administration will spare no effort to ensure security across the country. He also added that cost of insecurity is lost opportunities, missed investments, and wasted resources. Kenya Kwanza leaders have encouraged small-scale traders to keep working hard, saying that a better tomorrow is near. Millicent Makoha with more.
UDA presidential candidate William Ruto attended an economic forum with leaders from Mandera County. The forum was majorly centered on investing in Mandera and making it a player in Kenya's economy.
Ni vizuri tuketi chini, tuanze from the bottom, tukubaliane na nyinyi kama viongozi wa hapa Mandera, nyinyi kama wananchi wa hapa Mandera. Na ndio sababu leo nimekuja hapa na ninataka kuchukua muda mrefu hapa niketi chini na ninataka niwasikize watu wa Mandera.
Deputy President William Ruto promised to make the Mitumba traders investors in the clothing industry under his government. The United Democratic Alliance presidential candidate said this will help revive the collapsing textile industry in the country.
Mimi nataka niwaambie wale wanafanya biashara hiyo ya mtumba, serikali ya Kenya kupitia bottom up tutawaunganisha na TVET ili nyinyi ndio mtaendesha hiyo biashara, na tutawasaidia ili nyinyi ndio muwe investors wa clothing industry katika taifa letu la Kenya.
The DP also touched on insecurity matters that have lately been on the rise.
Watu wa Mandera, hii mambo ya ubaguzi kusemekana ya kwamba mtu wa Mandera ili apate ID ama apate passport ni lazima aulizwe maswali kutoka hapa mpaka South Africa. Mimi nataka niwaambie hakuna uraia mara mbili Kenya. Vile wale wa Kenya wengine wanapatiwa ID na kitambulisho pamoja na passport, lazima watu wa Mandera na wa Somali wapatiwe kitambulisho na ID kama wa Kenya wengine. Ninyi mnanielewa? Na mambo ya kusemekana ati kuna Mkenya amepotea, hakuna Mkenya wa kupotea tena. Kama kuna mhalifu lazima apelekwe kotini. Lakini mambo ya extrajudicial killing, ati mtu anapotea, watoto wanapotea, wazee wanapotea, hiyo mambo tutakomesha na tuhakikisha kwamba lazima kila mtu apitishwe kutoka kwa sheria ndio apelekwe kotini. Hakuna mwananchi atapotea kiholela.
The leaders who attended were gubernatorial aspirant Ali Eden, women representative Amina Gedo, and Garissa Township Eden Duale, among others.
And we are telling Raila Odinga na marafiki zake, you are not going to close Mitumba business. 93% of the people of Kenya, they buy, they sell, they feed their children using the Mitumba business.
Hii maziwa tunafanya value change, hatuna vitu yake ya kutengeneza, ni kufanya tu kinyeji. So hizo mashini ya kufanya hiyo value change tunahitaji. Ile ingine tunahitaji ni mambo ya pesa. Hapo kuna banks nyingi, ukitaka kuchukua pesa unaweza chukua, lakini hiyo pesa ni riba. Tunataka pesa ambaye haina riba. Tunasema Ruto karibu, laftite kuno wote.
Sisi kama vijana wa bodaboda tumekaa chini, tumefikiria, tumezungumza na tumewapima wasiasa wote wanaosimama kiti ya urais, tukaamua ya kwamba Mheshimiwa William Ruto ndio anatosha.
Unajua zamani kuna leaders ambayo president wetu walikuwa wanafanya na hawa kazi. There were leaders that used to work with our president. And they are giving us wametoroka. Your Excellency, there is no vacuum.
It is the function of the national government to protect its citizens and their property. Wa Somali, they are not second-class citizens.
For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television, I'm Millicent Makoha.
And moving on, Deputy President William Ruto and Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga have locked horns over each other's comments on imported second-hand clothing, popularly known as mitumba. Odinga on Monday during his manifesto launch at the Nyayo Stadium claimed that the country's textile industry was not realizing its full potential owing to an influx in mitumba. Bushebi Jr. with more.
Deputy President William Ruto and Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential candidate Raila Odinga have locked horns over each other's comments on imported second-hand clothing, popularly known as mitumba.
Our textile industry was killed through liberalization. When then they brought mitumba, it killed all our textile industries. Our people are only wearing clothes coming from outside the country. You've been worn by people who are dead.
Odinga on Monday during his manifesto launch at the Nyayo Stadium claimed that the country's textile industry was not realizing its full potential owing to an influx in mitumba.
We are going to go to primary production so that our people who are importing mitumba can have good product to sell here. I'm saying that we are not moving anybody out of business. We'll ensure that those who are importing mitumba get the first hand to market goods which are going to be manufactured here in this country. We will get the cotton, we'll gin it here, We'll spin it here and we will make finished product here. And this will create again a very big source of employment for our youth in the country.
DP Ruto downplayed Odinga's manifesto, insinuating that the former premier's vision of the country's textile industry will negatively affect the second-hand clothing business.
Mimi nataka niwaambie wale wanafanya biashara hiyo ya mtumba, serikali ya Kenya kupitia bottom up tutawaunganisha na TVET ili nyinyi ndio mtaendesha hiyo biashara, na tutawasaidia ili nyinyi ndio muwe investors wa clothing industry katika taifa letu la Kenya, na tuendeshe mpaka iwe textile industry katika taifa letu la Kenya. Mtengeneze mpaka mtengeneze ile madesigner, lakini nyinyi hakuna mtu ataharibu biashara yenu kwa sababu kazi ni kazi. Ama ni aje? Watu wa Mandera tunaelewana? Watu wa Mandera tunaelewana?
And we are telling Raila Odinga na marafiki zake, wewe, you are not going to close mitumba business. 93% of the people of Kenya, they buy, they sell, they feed their children using the mitumba business. Kama wewe baba yako alikuwa vice president na wewe ulikuwa prime minister na unaweza kununua nguo bei ghali, wewe wache wa Kenya mahaslas wanunue mitumba ili wakuwe na nguo ya kuvaa.
According to the Kenya Bureau of Statistics, Kenya imported 184,555 tons of second-hand clothing valued at 17.8 billion shillings in 2019.
It is unfortunate that when the textile company collapsed in Kenya, many cotton growers, of course, stopped growing cotton. And therefore, we don't really have enough cotton locally. We only get around 10,000 bales per year from local manufacturers or growers of cotton.
Tumefanya mengi kuhakikisha hata viwanda ambavyo vilikuwa vimefungwa kama Rivertex, kiwanda cha kutengeneza magari kule Thika, vimefufuliwa na ndio tuweze kuhakikisha watu wetu wako na kazi.
Our textile industry was killed through liberalization. When then they brought mitumba, it killed all our textile industries. Our people are only wearing clothes coming from outside the country. You have been worn by people who are dead.
The mitumba industry, Kebs also said, has also been the breadbasket for about 2 million Kenyans. In a response to the DP's utterances, Odinga posted a video capturing him at a past political rally, in which he likewise stated that should he clinch the presidency, his government will ban importation of mitumba and endorse the rollout of locally manufactured products.
Ile mambo yote tunaagiza, mambo ya viti tunaagisha, nguo tunaagiza, viatu tunaagiza, tutasimamisha ndio hiyo nguo na viatu na all wood products hiyo manufactured katika taifa letu la Kenya, na vijana wa taifa letu la Kenya katika ile mpango ya kuzalisha mali tuweze kuondoa umaskini na tuadili vijana wetu wote.
Raila in his tweet reminded DP Ruto that his words had come back to bite him, intimating that the country's second-in-command was likely using his remarks on mitumba for political mileage. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Bishabi Jr.
And a recent poll now shows that Raila Odinga is still the most popular presidential candidate at 42%. The InfoTrack opinion poll released on Wednesday showed that DP Ruto's popularity stood at 38%. InfoTrack Chief Executive Officer Angela Ambitho, while releasing the poll, noted that Raila's popularity had stagnated, while that of Ruto had dipped compared to a poll conducted early May. The poll also indicated that Raila led in most counties, including all counties from Nyanza, Western, Northeastern, and Nairobi. Let's have a look. Opinion polls agency Infotrack Research and Consulting has on Wednesday placed Azimio la Umoja One Kenya presidential flag bearer Raila Odinga ahead of Deputy President William Ruto. In the survey conducted between 23rd to 27th May 2022, Infotrack placed Raila ahead of the pack with a popularity rating of 42%, followed by Ruto at 38%.
Right now, 95% have said basically they are going to vote. And then there is an additional, I think 2% who said they are not sure. Only 2% said they are not going to vote. So what we then said is, let us assume for now that the 22.2 million are voting. Okay? Let's just assume that. Yeah? If those 22.2 million are voting, you just take 42%. And it gives you 9.3 odd. Then you take 38, it gives you 8.4 million for Ruto. Then you take undecided and refuse to answer, which is 12 plus 8, which is 20%, which comes to 4.4. So if you add all those, then you get 22.2. We have not gone to the detail of looking at voter turnout in its entirety, because I think that will become clearer as we get to say 30 days to election. Yeah, because right now there's still people are still making up their minds.
The poll also indicated that Raila will take home a total of 9.4 million votes, while Ruto will garner 8.4 million votes if 22.2 million were to vote. Infotrack says the popularity of DP Ruto dipped after naming Rigathi Gachagua as his running mate as compared to previous polls, while that of Raila stagnated. Further, 20% of Kenyans are still undecided even as the 2022 polls draw near.
The 4.4 million who are the 20% undecided voters are not going to sit at home. They're going to vote in August. Yeah? So when they vote in August, that 4.4 million will either go to Ruto or will go to Raila.
Speaking during a press conference, Infotrack CEO Angela Ambitho said 9,000 interviews were conducted across all the 290 constituencies in 47 counties. She said if elections were held today, Raila will be leading in Northeastern, Lower Eastern, Western, and in Nairobi, while Ruto will take a lead in Mount Kenya, that is Laikipia, Embu, Meru, Kiambu, Murang'a, Nyandarua, Nyeri and Kirinyaga counties, as well as Isiolo and in South Rift region. Ambitho noted that 11 counties in Coast, Rift Valley, Northern and Western Kenya will be a key in determining who becomes Kenya's fifth president. The counties include Bungoma and Trans Nzoia in western part of the country, North Rift, Samburu, Nakuru and West Pokot, and in South Rift part of the country, Narok and Kajiado, Northern region, Turkana, and Coast region, Kwale, Lamu and Tana River counties.
In Nyanza, you have 15% undecided. Who will get that? You can translate to whatever the millions are. In Nairobi, we have 18% undecided. At the coast, we have 22% undecided. In Northern, we have 19%. In Western, we have 23% undecided. In the mountain region, we have 20% undecided. In Lower Eastern, we have 21% undecided. We have in South Rift 15% undecided, North Rift 23% undecided. The total therefore is 20% undecided.
The Infotrack poll indicated that if elections were held today, 38% of the female gender will vote for Raila, while 37% will vote for Ruto, or the male gender, 45% will vote for Raila, while 39% will vote for Ruto. Ambitho noted that the choice of Martha Karua as Raila's running mate is yet to bring in women votes in the Azimio coalition. Pollsters have isolated Raila and Ruto as front runners in the August 9th elections. For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Rida Kering Chebet. Mombasa County is in a spin after the Electoral Commission barred former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko from the race to succeed incumbent Hassan Joho in the 9th August polls. After a 4-hour standoff at the Mombasa Government Training Institute, Sonko said he had not given up amid reports that he had instructed his lawyers to move to court to challenge the IEBC's move. Sonko said the electoral body had violated his rights. However, legal scholars said IEBC can still give Wiper Party time to field another candidate. According to lawyer Abubakar Yusuf, Wiper had a 4-day window until June 10th to field another candidate, as Bushebi Jr. reports.
Former Nairobi Governor Mike Sonko has been denied clearance to vie for the Mombasa gubernatorial seat. The electoral agency cited his impeachment while serving as Nairobi governor as the reason why he was not cleared to vie.
Why do we go to the court? Okay, which matter are you referring to? There are two matters. There was one that was that Justice Matiwa in Mombasa gave orders. Then there is a second one that was heard by a 3-judge bench, which was constituted by the Chief Justice. Now, which one are you referring to? Which is the one that was...
At the same time, IEBC notified the governor that he could not be cleared since his degree had not been certified by the Commission of University Education.
I've been crucified a lot by Chebukati in the media. I've been crucified by various government agencies, the DPP, the EACC. We have a lot of respect for how what we have mentioned. But by doing so, by discussing matters that are pending before the court that is defying the sub judice rule, I don't want to go to the details of the case, but I have one question for my friend Chebukati, whom I respect a lot. I've been with the government printer, Mr. Mwenda Njoka. I was in his office a few hours ago, and I went to retrieve some gazette notices, 2 of them. One is dated 21st December 2020, volume number 232, whereby in this gazette notice, Chebukati gazetted the by-election for Nairobi for 18th of February, immediately after my impeachment. The only question I have for Chebukati, now let's forget about Weluke, the conviction of Weluke. My only question to Chebukati, he issued another gazette notice 5 days after gazetting the Nairobi by-election on the 4th of January 2021, gazette notice number 1. In this gazette notice, Chebukati gazetted all the aspirants for Nairobi by-election. He gazetted the aspirants for primaries, that is the nominations for Jubilee, on page 4 of this gazette notice. No, page 5. Page 5, no, page 4, where he gazetted all aspirants. Agnes Kagure, Dennis Kariuki, Betty Adhiambo, Alex Kipkorir, Habib Kongo, yeah, to vie for primaries, so that they can participate in the elections. Then if you go to page 6 of Chebukati's gazettement, page 6, you can see there is Babayao, Ferdinand Waititu, ID number 4307917, who was cleared and gazetted to vie for Nairobi gubernatorial by-election. Yeah, and we all know Waititu was also impeached, just like Sonko. Now I want to ask Chebukati, do we have law for Waititu, law for Sonko, law for Weluke? Where are we heading to as a nation? Why do we apply the Constitution of Kenya selectively? This is the main question which I'm asking. I don't want to go to the merits and the details of the case.
Or the High Court ruling that lifted the order barring the IEBC from clearing the governor, IEBC argued that the court did not direct them to clear Sonko. The order had indicated that Sonko's clearance was at the discretion of the electoral body. The denial caused a standoff at the IEBC offices as the governor tried to negotiate his way to be cleared. The aspiring governor had arrived at the Kenya School of Government KSG for clearance by IEBC.
Let us not target an individual because of suspicion or because of certain imaginary ideas and so on. To do so would be subverting the Constitution, and the consequences will be fatal to all of us. Governor Sonko is not Kenyan. And we should not permit ourselves to manipulate, to water down the Constitution because we are targeting one person called Governor Sonko. We have handled matters relating to Governor Sonko, and you can see right through that certain people somewhere are trying to manipulate the Constitution. They are trying to manipulate the rule of law so that they can actually punish Governor Sonko or make sure that he does not continue to be in political life.
Sonko is eyeing the Mombasa governor seat on the Wiper Party ticket. He was accompanied by his running mate Kisauni Member of Parliament Ali Mbogo, former Matuga Member of Parliament Chirao Makwere, among others. On Saturday, IEBC had disqualified Sonko from contesting in the Mombasa governor race. IEBC Chairman Wafula Chebukati said the impeached Nairobi governor was not fit to run for the seat in the August polls. He said the commission received a report from the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission that listed one governor aspirant, one senatorial aspirant, and one member of the county assembly aspirant as unfit to hold public office following their impeachment.
Katiba inasema mamlaka yote ya nchi yako mikononi mwa wananchi. Wanaweza kuya practice directly or indirectly. Wakati umefika wa sisi ku practice our rights, political constitutional rights directly, kwa kwenda kwa uchaguzi kuchagua viongozi tunaotaka. Ni haramu kwa mtu yeyote, including IEBC Chairperson Chebukati, kusimama na kusema ya kwamba amefanya maamuzi na kumachilia mbali Mike Mbuvi Sonko na wengine. Ikiwa sisi tunangojea tukiwa na akili timamu, masikio timamu, midomo timamu, macho timamu, tuna uwezo wa kuchagua. Tulijiandikisha wapiga kura ili tuchague wale wanaofaa na wasiofaa. Therefore tunasema ya kwamba tunataka haki yetu kama watu wa Mombasa County iachiliwe huru. Sisi ndio tutaamua ni nani wa kuwa governor. Sisi ndio tutaamua ni mwizi nani wa kutupiliwa mbali. Tutaamua ni pastor nani wa kuwekwa au ni nani wa kutoe. But somebody should not make decisions on behalf of the people of Mombasa without involving them.
Chebukati, usitufanye yatima tafadhali. Chebukati, wana Mombasa wanalilia haki yao. Wananchi wana uwezo wa kuchagua kiongozi wanataka. Si Chebukati na timu yake wakakaa pamoja wakaamua kuwa Sonko hafai. Wananchi wa Mombasa tumeadaiwa na tumedanganywa. Haki yetu tusidanganywe na tusinyanganywe. Sisi tunamhitaji Sonko. Sonko ni kipenzi chetu, kipenzi cha watu, na tunahitaji mtu wa kufanya kazi. Na wale wengine ambao Sonko, ambao wana cartels ambao wanafanya Sonko wasisimame. Tuwajua mchezo wote ambao unachezwa hapa. Sisi tuwaomba Mombasa, tuwaomba haki yetu, hatutaki mambo mengi. Tuomba haki yetu, Sonko tunataka, na tumefile petition leo. Tuomba inshallah Mwenyezi Mungu kesho tutasikizwa. Hatuna mengi, ni tuomba tu hapo Mungu.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, Ambushabe Jr.
And Deputy President William Ruto will launch the Kenya Kwanza Manifesto on June 30th. The manifesto will be launched after Kenya Kwanza tours all over the 47 counties for economic forums, with the last stopover being in Turkana on June 15th. DP Ruto said his camp had planned 45-day economic discussions in counties across Kenya when he unveiled his running mate on May 15th. 3 teams comprising of 6 governors, selected MPs and some Kenya Kwanza affiliate party leaders are currently steering the DP Ruto presidential campaigns across the country. They are led by DP Ruto, his running mate Rigathi Gachagua, and the Amani National Congress boss Musalia Mudavadi. Well, folks, let's take a quick breather. More news coming up. Stay tuned.
kubeba na Samat Supermarket iliyoko mjini Kimilili karibu na kituo cha petroli cha Shell na mjini Webuye karibu na shule ya msingi ya Webuye.
Bidhaa zetu ni za bei nafuu zikiwemo mafuta ya kupikia, unga wa chapati na sima, vitabu vya shule, viatu, bedding, electronics, carpets, miongoni mwa bidhaa zinginezo. Usiseme shopping, sema beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket. Beba kubeba na Samat Supermarket, your convenient supermarket for all the time shopping for your household needs.
We are surrounded by engineering practically every moment of our lives. So, what is the exact definition of engineering? Well, engineering is a scientific field and job that involves taking our scientific understanding of the natural world and using it to invent, design, and build things to solve problems and achieve practical goals. This can include the development of roads, bridges, cars, planes, machines, tools, processes, and computers. Today, the field of engineering offers more career choices than any other discipline. In the past, there were only 4 major engineering branches, which include mechanical, chemical, civil, and electrical. Engineering jobs can now also be found widely in the computer engineering, software engineering, nanotechnology, mechatronics, and many more.
Engineering tips in association with Bushangala Technical Institute Kakamega. Send an SMS quickly with your name, type of course, KCSE or KCPE min grade, postal or email address, desired intake, phone number and your ID to 0721 2801 80 or 0726 800561. Write to the principal, PO Box 2227 5100 Kakamega. Visit us online on www.bushangalatechnical.ac.ke. Exams are carried out by the Kenya National Examination Council. Bushangala Technical Institute Kakamega, Center of Excellence.
Mwanafunzi anapojiunga na chuo cha Biblia analipia tu production ya vitabu, kwa sababu tunafanya kitabu kimoja shilingi 200 na tuition fee tunafanya shilingi 1000 per semester, yani katika msimu mmoja wa kusoma. Mafundisho haya ni si ya dini moja, ni mafundisho ambayo katika kimombo tunasema it is interdenominational.
Welcome to Gospel Believers Fellowship Bible College. Contact us today 0724 039 828 0724 039 828, or you can visit our offices at Gospel Believers Fellowship Headquarters Church next to Bungoma Huduma Center. Gospel Believers Fellowship Bible College, teaching you to know Christ.
What would you want to be? A business executive? A building and civil engineer? A hospitality, fashion or tourism practitioner? A social worker? Then walk into Navaholo Technical and Vocational College and start your journey to the career of your dreams. For more information, contact us on 0721 589977, 0721 589977, or you can email us to navaholotvc@gmail.com or info@navaholotvc.sc.ke Kakamega, or visit our website www.navaholotvc.sc.ke. Navaholo Technical and Vocational College, Center of Excellence in Building and Civil Engineering.
It is a season of seriousness, and only the serious presenters come onto your screen.
Maisha Prime News and Maisha Prime Morning Edition. My hustle, my story. Maisha Prime Weekend.
Rida Karim Chebet, Millicent Makoha, Brian Gad. Only on Maisha TV. The stage is set. The time is now. Credible news. It is prime news. Only on Maisha TV. Prepare for the beast. Informative, authoritative, unbiased. Welcome to Maisha News.
Welcome and much appreciation for staying with Maisha Prime News. Presidential hopeful Raila Odinga began his official campaign in earnest on Monday with the launch of his manifesto. Raila, who is running for the presidency under the Azimio la Umoja One Kenya coalition party, unveiled the economic blueprint at a colorful ceremony held at the Nyayo Stadium in Nairobi on Monday night, a day after getting clearance from the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC). Bushebi Jr. gives us a glimpse of inside Azimio's blueprint.
Azimio la Umoja leader Raila Odinga's government claims will have zero tolerance for corruption, with far-reaching anti-graft measures put in place in the first 100 days in office. The fight against corruption as a component of good governance is just one of the things Raila has prioritized should he win the August 9th elections. Besides good governance, Raila plans an economic revolution, social transformation and good governance in the first 3 months. In the first 100 days, for example, members of Azimio la Umoja One Kenya Alliance, if elected and appointed, will be expected to sign an undertaking that they will step down should their dockets be deviled by graft.
Formally,
those elected or appointed will be required to declare their wealth in the first 100 days. The proposals are contained in the Azimio's manifesto, which was released on Monday. In the document, Azimio has also promised to declare corruption a threat to national security. It plans to establish a specialized department within the security agencies dedicated to corruption surveillance.
It's about leaving no one behind. It's about an inclusive society. It is about getting the necessary attention and resources to change the lives of all Kenyans. It's about an inclusive and holistic approach to governance to ensure that the young, the old, male and female, formally or informally employed, rural or urban, have a say in the stake of the land.
We will declare corruption a threat to national security and establish a specialized department in the security agencies for corruption surveillance. This we shall do within our first 100 days in office.
It will expect public servants to sign a specific anti-corruption charter promising not to engage in any conflict of interest between public and private affairs. The fight against corruption is at the heart of Raila's ambitious plan to grow and equitably spread wealth, with former Prime Minister hoping to unlock more cash by going after looted wealth. However, the manifesto is also replete with President Uhuru Kenyatta's unfinished business, including the Big Four agenda, with some of them expected to be implemented in the first 100 days. Raila's government promises to adopt a policy that ring-fences 69 items used for the building of affordable houses under Affordable Housing Program to Jua Kali artisans. Moreover, Azimio also promises to connect Jua Kali manufacturers with orders for the doors, windows, nails, hinges, and all the other 69 items under the Affordable Housing Program, one of President Kenyatta's promises. Manufacturing, another of President Kenyatta's Big Four agenda, is also at the heart of Raila's development agenda, with the former Prime Minister continuing with Kenyatta's policy of Buy Kenya, Build Kenya. He has also promised to unveil his own universal health care, dubbed BAMBA Care, which had also been under the ban of the Big Four agenda. Also in the first 100 days, his government will start implementing the cash transfer of 6,000 shillings per month to each vulnerable household. Single mothers will also begin receiving assistance from the state in the first 100 days, even as a social protection program for unemployed youth modeled around Kazi Mtaani is rolled out. This is the same with ensuring that Kenyans have access to enough and nutritious food. Raila plans to bring down the cost of electricity in the first 100 days, continuing where Uhuru had left off, having helped bring down the cost of power by 15%. In his first 15 days in office, Raila Odinga will also come up with another economic stimulus package aimed at turbocharging the economy. Those found guilty of poaching ivory will also be handed a life sentence in one of Raila's far-reaching proposals. He also promised to immediately pay compensation awards made by courts to victims of injustices by the state. Under Raila's government, there will be the Kenya National Languages Council to promote all indigenous and sign language and provide a comprehensive digital dictionary for all languages. Raila's government will also establish the Office of Victims of Extrajudicial Killings, Torture, Renditions, and Enforced Disappearances to investigate all such cases and recommend appropriate measures.
The country is very strategically situated on the eastern coast of Africa, is an Indian Ocean seabed. It is therefore right to say that it can become a manufacturing hub for the region. Are you kidding? Eastern Africa and Central Africa.
For Maisha Prime, Maisha Television, I'm Bushabi Jr.
Dennis Karani, the suspect arrested in connection with the murder of Pishori's syndicate boss Samuel Muvota in broad daylight, has been released. His release comes after the prosecution told the court that there was no evidence linking him to the murder that shocked the nation and triggered a chain of events that revealed a disturbing, well-oiled drinking spiking syndicate. The prosecution was given 14 days to complete its investigation into Karani's involvement, just a day after he surrendered to police. Sharon Chepchumba brings us that story.
I'm one of the investigating officers in this matter, Your Honor. The respondent was held for 14 days. However, I was unable to complete my investigation in far as murder charge is concerned. The respondent has been cooperative and he has agreed that he will continue cooperating with us even when he's He was, however, charged yesterday with an offense of stupefying in order to commit a felony at Makadara Law Courts, among other charges, which I have a charge sheet here that I would like to present to court. So we were requesting the miscellaneous file to be closed. However, it will remain in custody based on the remand order issued by Makadara Law Courts yesterday.
Two girls who were defiled and killed in Makueni have been laid to rest in their home in Mboni, Makueni County. The minors went missing on Saturday, only for their bodies to be found damned in a house of man whom locals later accused of committing the crime. Nerima Wekesa with more.
A somber mood engulfed a village in Mboni as residents bid farewell to two minors whose lives cut short by an alleged sex predator. The two girls are said to have gone missing on Saturday morning after a visit to their home by 34-year-old Charles Musembi, who had barely worked for months as a farmhand on a neighbor's farm. The minors, who were under the custody of their sickly uncle, are said to have been lured by Charles to his house, where allegedly filed and killed them. At the funeral, parents were urged to closely monitor their children to avoid a repeat of the deadly act.
Na sio Mboni, hata Kenya mzima na Makueni yote. Wazazi tunafaa tushughulikie watoto wetu. We should not trust our strangers with our children.
Kesi kama hizi zimekuwa juu kwa miaka kadhaa. Tuwezi sema kwamba ni wazazi peke yao, sana sana wa mama. Lakini tunaomba hii kuwe ni kama ni collective responsibility ya wazazi wote.
The residents further urged the government to offer job opportunities to the youth to stop them from indulging in drug abuse and criminal activities. For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television, I'm Nerima Wekesa.
The government will not shut social media sites before, during and after the elections. Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i has said. The CS, who admitted that there was an escalation in fake news and unprecedented abuse of social media, said cyberspace has been a tough call to police, with security agencies dealing with internal and external cases. Dr. Matiang'i said the government is banking on the cybersecurity strategy that is being finalized in Naivasha, Nakuru County to combat online crime ahead of the August 9th election. Speaking after officially opening the morning session, Dr. Matiang'i said the government was alive to the threats posed by cyberspace, but he said Kenya is a democratic country and the government could not engage in retrogressive acts like shutting the internet and clawing back constitutional gains.
We are a democratic environment. Kenyans chose democracy, and we gave it to ourselves through our constitution. The government is not going to act otherwise. We will respect freedoms, in the hope that as we respect the freedoms of others, those who would like to exercise their freedoms in expression, in association, in supporting their preferred candidates and individuals, will do so while taking into consideration the welfare of the whole of society. No amount of insults, as I've said before, no amount of criticism of us in the executive branch of government will tempt us enough to resort to retrogressive acts of interfering with freedoms like shutting the internet or, clawing back on freedoms we have acquired through the Constitution and through the law. We have a great country, and God has been kind and gracious to us, and He has blessed us with a wonderful country, wonderful people with incredible potential. And this is where I end my remarks by saying that in the development of this cybersecurity strategy, we are looking for a way of ensuring that we exploit our potential to the full without hurting any of our businesses or hurting each other. You know, how great would it be if we were able to go to the farthest extent that our imagination and innovation can take us, while we preserve our national unity, while we preserve the integrity of our economic transactions, while we preserve the integrity of our businesses and our trade, and while we protect our people as we move forward. It will be a fantastic thing to do, and this cyber security strategy leads us in that direction, where we will ensure that we will continue to exploit our potential as a society and as a country without hurting each other individually or collectively, as it were. So I'm one of those people who are really looking forward to the completion of this exercise, Kanombati, and I'm one of those players in this sector who are enthusiastically looking forward to the outcome of this meeting here, and the advice we will receive from some of the people who are here. I've had occasion to work with some people here in the room whom I can see around, very smart people, and people for whom I thank God every day that we have such an incredible brain trust in our country. Smart people who always offer very good ideas and solutions to some of the challenges we face. And on behalf of government, I want to commit that we will take all the advice we receive from subject matter experts who are here. We'll take all advice that we receive from all the participants who are here in terms of developing this cybersecurity strategy. And when it comes to execution, we will do our part faithfully to ensure that for us in the security sector, we will do what we will be required to do in this strategy to ensure that we breathe life to it, to ensure that it actually has true and genuine meaning in our society.
Away from that, leaders of Boda Boda Association of Kenya have vowed to support a presidential candidate who will have the interest of the operators at heart. Boda Boda Association National Chairman Thomas Lesatin at the same time urged Boda Boda operators across the country to vote in a government that will ensure prices of basic commodities are addressed.
Kura yetu iko intact. Motorbike ilikuwa between 70 to 100, lakini sasa motorbike inauzwa up to 150,000. Hakuna kijana ambaye ana afford hiyo kitu. Tuko na shida mingi sana kama loans, atu afford hizo pikipiki. Tunaomba ile serikali ambayo itaingia, ile ita negotiate na sisi kwamba hiyo reduce ya motorbike iweze kukuja chini, bei ya mafuta irudi chini. Kama sio hiyo, sisi watu wa bodaboda kura yetu itakuwa intact mpaka tuongee na sisi. Vijana wetu wa bodaboda Kenya mzima chini ya umbrella bodaboda association kwamba tuimise amani. Na sisi kama jamii ya bodaboda tumesema sisi hatuna ukabila, lakini vile vile hakuna kacheli yoyote ambaye sisi ametubebea kura. Ule mtu ambaye
tungehitaji wao pia wakuje na watueleze ya kwamba watatufanyia nini kama vijana, kwa sababu naona ushumi imekuwa mbaya, mafuta imepanda, mapikipiki zimepanda. Kwa hivyo tungehitaji ule mtu ambaye atakuja kusema tunawafanyia hivi na tuone maisha yetu ya kesho itakuwa mzuri.
Well, let's take a quick commercial break. I'll be back with the remaining part of the bulletin.
Bushangala Technical Institute Kakamega. Intake is on for full-time courses in civil engineering, building technology, artisan in masonry and plumbing, applied sciences, clothing and textile, mechanical engineering, welding and fabrication, business courses, computer and ICT, electrical and electronics engineering. We also have provision for persons with disability. Send your application to the principal, Bushangala TTI Kakamega. Call us on 0721 280180 or 0726 800561. Send an SMS quickly with your name, type of course, KCSE or KCPE min grade, postal or email address, desired intake, phone number and your ID to 0721 280180 or 0726 800561. Write to the principal, PO Box 2227 5100 Kakamega. Visit us online on www.bushangalatechnical.ac.ke. Exams are carried out by the Kenya National Examination Council. Bushangala Technical Institute Kakamega, Center of Excellence.
Information, knowledge, astute expert analysis.
Kalonzo leo ako hii side, kesho ako hii side. Even to his children at home, they're really wondering, what does my father stand for?
Kutokuwa na msimamo ni kitu mbaya sana. Kutokuwa na msimamo ni kitu mbaya sana. Ni kitu mbaya sana.
Never implemented because of the confusion that arose because of the handshake stories.
Lakini mzee amekanyanga polepole akuja kupitia ukiwa bado kwa barabara.
I wouldn't say that, because I would go with what Deputy President himself said when he was unveiling regarding Gachagua, because it will be putting words in his mouth.
Credible and authoritative insight in news and leadership auditing.
Right, welcome on board. My name is Rida Kering Chabet.
Get the latest financial and business information.
The only challenge we have now is about the hike of the prices of food, whereby when you come like the oil we have now, the price is too high for us.
Hoteli lazima iwe na changamoto zake, sababu ukiona saizi ni wakati tumekuwa kwa corona ndio imeisha, sasa hivi vitu zimepanda. So for us to maintain ile quantity, it's now a problem for us. So we have to add some prices to other things, or we have to reduce the quantity.
That will open your acumen on sound investment in the largest and most developed country in Eastern and Central Africa.
I swear to God, I love Kenya.
I guess I tell all fellow Kenyans to just, be in love and respect love and the place it plays in our lives.
TV will never be the same again. It will be better.
Really appreciate CA and also our viewers. Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Maisha!
Introducing the award-winning TV station, Maisha TV, Kenya's fastest growing TV.
Every Monday
wangu alinipenda kama sina kazi, nalikuwa nafanya kazi ya kimataifa, nilikuwa nafanya na kampuni ya Kichina
at 7:30 p.m.
Ngaza nyinyi
lakini akaniambia kuna kitu ameona ndani yangu ambacho sio pesa, na hiyo ndio imefanya amenipenda.
Wakati watoto wamelala hawajakula hata vizuri, ndio vile baba alikasirika na akachukua kisu na akachinja mama. Jana kaniambia mama alichinjwa nikiona nimekuwa kijana mdogo na dada yangu.
Brought to you by Nerima Wekesa on Maisha TV.
If God gives you a burden, he knows that you are able to carry the burden.
So alistick tu kwangu hata wakati tulikuwa tunapitia changamoto, na one of the challenge ilitupiga sana wakati huo, kwa sababu tunang'ang'ana Sisi tulikaa kwa ndoa miaka 5 ya kwanza tukiwa tunapitia changamoto na hatuna watoto.
Maisha yangu every Monday at 7:30 p.m. on Maisha TV. Choose it, watch it and love it.
Welcome back. You're watching Maisha Prime News. My name is Rida Kering Chebet. Let's get our education segment for today.
Ebubole Secondary School, located in Mumias East Sub-County in Kakamega County, is the school that is under speed transmutation under the energetic principal, Madam Rosemary Simiyu.
My name is Rosemary Simiyu, the principal of Ebubole Secondary School. I was posted here last year, 2021. I reported on 14th of January. So far, I took over from a colleague called Wamalwa Maktapa, who went to serve elsewhere. So we've moved on well as a school, and we are making headway both academically and even socially around the school.
Academically, the school posted great performance in the KCSE examination.
When I came in, I found candidates, 40 students who we presented for KCSE. We managed to send 2 students to the university. This year, 2021 candidate, now that was 2020, 2021, we presented 74 students for KCSE, and we are taking 5 to the university. So that was an improvement basing on what we did last year. But I want to say that we are moving on an upward trend academically. Our students are now focused. There are a number of changes we are making in the school to bring it where it is supposed to be. And come this year, as we present the new candidates, the students who are in Form 4 now, we do expect to take more than 10. And that one, we are working around the clock to do that.
Ebubole Secondary School has an energetic teaching staff that is ready to equip the students with knowledge and skills in all areas of learning as directed by the Ministry of Education.
As a school, we have 10 TSC teachers. We have 7 who are serving on BOM terms. It is a very good, committed staff, young and energetic group of people who are working so well. And that's why you see the school the way it is. I just want also to appreciate the community. This community is also good. Particularly, I won't mention,
The school has serene environment which has attracted high enrollment.
On the site of achievement, from the time I came in, when we look outside there, when I came in here, there was no flower. Somebody was joking that ladies are a little bit sensitive about the environment. I think you can see we've tried to change our environment. We are now trying to beautify it. I've put up the 2 classrooms out there. You'll see them. we've changed using stones. The CDF is also putting up as a twin lab for us outside there. And I think so far so good. That is the development we are realizing so far.
She also appreciated the area member of parliament, Mr. Shirley, board of management and community at large for the health cooperation in pushing the school forward in academics and development.
Forget mentioning our area MP, Mr. Washali. When I came in, we had a lot of problems financially, but he came in, supported us with bursaries for our students. That was very key to put us where we are, particularly on the welfare of the students, food, learning resources, though the government brings in, and also even paying our POM teachers. So I want to really appreciate the work he has done, and I want wish to thank the stakeholders of the school that have given us the support. The outgoing POM chairman, Mr. Donald Mumbo, who welcomed me with the members of the board, and we did join hands to bring the school where it is.
For Maisha Education segment, Maisha Television, I'm Millicent Makoha.
Thank you so much for that incisive segment there. And now let's shift gears to our daily business feature, My Hustle, My Story. The economic crisis unleashed by the outbreak of COVID-19 is hurting economies regardless of the income level. The government is undertaking various measures to curb the spread of the virus, including limiting movement in places with high human traffic, restriction of public events, 10 to 5 p.m. curfew, and ensuring basic hygiene, among others. However, these precautionary measures continue to have negative economic impacts on businesses and workers. The country has witnessed job cuts across various sectors, and income of businesses and available working hours have fallen significantly. We meet with Elzario Hanu, a phone repair agent whose business has been greatly affected by the pandemic.
Majina ni Elzario Goba Hanu. Nafanya kazi ya kuunda masimu, phone repair. Ninafanyia hapa Little Friends opposite Mpeli Medical Center. Kazi yangu imeafektiwa sana corona. Msimu wa tupati pesa kama vile wakati corona haikuwa.
Elzario, whose business is located in Bungoma town, is experiencing the wrath of the pandemic with significant reduction in his income occasioned by decrease of the services price in order to retain his customers.
Mambo na corona alafu na PPI, mambo ya kupandisha maisha, gharama ya maisha imekuwa juu. Imetuaffect sana hata mpaka saa hii na sema tafadhali turudi nyumbani tupalilie tulime. Hao wakikuja kama mouthpiece tunakianga 150 na inafika mahali tunashukisha mpaka naekea 50 bob. Ambapo nandia ile charging system shilingi 50, nanua na shilingi 50 naekea na customer shilingi 70. Na ambapo zamani ilikuanga 150. Okay, ukisema 150 wanasema unatuibia kwa sababu corona imeaffect kila kitu. Hakuna pesa.
With 7 p.m. curfew earlier imposed on the Lake Region counties, Elzario recounts the increase in theft cases, a situation that led him to come up with a plan to save him from the risk of losing his customers' goods.
Watiri sana, asa wengine huwa wanatuachia vitu asubuhi wanakuja kuchukua majioni, ambapo saa 12:30 inafika, hajafika. na hiyo masaa inatatikana ufunge uende, ambapo tukiwa tumefungia hapo vitu unapata tuko kwa hivyo vitu ya mteja iko hatari ya kuibiwa, hasa kuvunja na kuiba na kuenda na vitu. Sasa hapo ilibidi tukawawekea rules zile ambazo zinasemekana kuwa kitu ukileta leo ina make sure uchukue leo, ifike jioni masaa 10. Ikifika masaa 10, hiyo masaa ukikuja utaanza kulipia ushuru, pia utaanza kuongezeka kitu. Kama tulikuwa tumesikizana shilingi 1000, utaongezea 50 juu ya kulinda hiyo mzigo.
However, despite the struggle to fit into the pandemic, Elzario Hanu is optimistic that the economy will adjust back to normal.
Zile kitu ambayo ningependa kusema, wapunguze gharama ya maisha iko juu sana. Hasa hii mambo ya corona hii imechangia vitu imepanda juu. Hasa watu wale hawajiwezi katika kwa mapato. Sisi huwa nategemea hapa hivi. Hatuna kazi nyingine yenye tunafanya, nategemea hii. Na hasa wakipandisha vitu transport kutoka huko Nairobi kuleta huko spare, sisi tutakosa makastoma. Hasa serikali yetu ya Kenya ipunguze ushuru ya vitu, irudi chini, gharama ikuwe chini. Okay.
COVID-19 is not only a global pandemic and public health crisis, it has also severely affected the country's economy and financial markets. Significant reductions in income, rise in unemployment, disruptions in transport sector and manufacturing industries are among the consequences of the disease mitigation measures that have been implemented by the government. For Maisha Prime News, Maisha Television, I'm Rida Chebet Kering. Alright folks, that feature there brings us to the end of the authoritative and bold bulletin Maisha Prime News. Remember, Maisha Prime News airs every Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. and 9 a.m. and on weekends, that is Saturday and Sunday at 9 p.m. My name is Rida Kering Chebet. Enjoy the rest of the broadcast.